And greetings from Pioneer High School. I'm Kevin Bryant. Thank you for tuning in to City TV Sports. I'm joined on tonight's broadcast with Pete Poirier. Pete, the last time these two teams faced off each other, Pioneer and Huron put on a classic start. A good finish by the Rats. What do you think the Pioneers are going to do now they have these Rats over here?
It was an exciting game last time they met when we were on, and I looked at more of the same. Huron controlled the opening tap. Their opening shot was no good. And Pioneer comes back, and McGaw with a two-pointer to open the scoring for Pioneer. Now Pioneers on their home floor, Kevin, might make the difference. It was a relatively tight game until the end when Huron pulled away in that first game at Huron.
They'll just have to shoot the ball a lot better than they did in that first game. They came out, and Huron developed a 10-point lead, and Pioneer never could do anything to get that deficit under double digits.
And there's McGaw again. Chris McGaw with all the points so far for Pioneer. And a rather raucous and boisterous crowd here tonight for this game. There's a shot that's blocked. Offensive rebound by Huron. Another block out of bounds.
Nice play there by Jordan Curry for the Pioneers with the block. And just like we were saying, Pete, these two teams, when they start off with a lot of energy.
Oh, long distance from three is good for David Wren. And the press forces Pioneer to call timeout.
Yeah, Dejon Dudley there had nowhere to go with the ball. Wise play by calling an early timeout. I've always said, Pete, they give these teams way too many timeouts. That's a timeout they won't even miss late in this game. Better to have the possession.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is exciting. I love these late season games, you know, two teams battling each other. They really don't like each other. And they've already decided where they're going to be playing in the postseason. So this game is just all out balling.
Well, it should be another exciting matchup like we had the first time around. Look to see more of the same during this whole game. Jumper from Dejon Dudley is good. And Pioneer retakes the lead 6-5.
The
Wren with it for Huron.
The defensive end is where Coach Stanzak really needs his team to step up. Step out on those three-pointers and make the Rats put the ball on the floor.
And the drive by Rowley shut down, and shot is blocked. And Pioneer trying to move the ball quickly. And that pass just too hot.
Oh, and if they could have made that play, Pete, this crowd is ready to explode here.
That's great when you're at these games when you can sense the energy in the air.
You can really feel it.
Now McGaw picked that ball up. And the pass to Dudley, and his shot is up and good.
It's the McGaw and Dudley show so far.
That was another block on Cochran. But the follow-through is good.
Yeah, it's just the amount of time when Cochran's going to get on the board and put up his 20 points. That guy, he's one of the leading scorers all time, Huron history. Went over 1,000 points earlier this week, Pete.
And Cochran quick with the hands and creates the steal.
And you can see right here, Cochran coming in and just sneaking in. TJ Roberts didn't see him anywhere.
Oh, picked up off the floor by Benton down the floor. His floater is off the front of the rim and bounces and into the hoop. Now there's a block by Curry. Knocked it out of bounds.
And you can already see the Pioneer coach has lost his jacket. He's got that intense look on his face. He's pacing the sideline. He really wants his W tonight.
Now inbounded to Wren, and McGaw overplaying Wren, and he gets called for the foul.
You know, out of any of the players on the Pioneer side, McGaw is the guy they cannot lose to foul trouble. He is the one that handles the pill the entire time for the Pioneers. And only a 10th grader.
Also known as a sophomore.
Coach Stanzak has a couple more years of his play. Wow.
That was a shot by Walker. Got Curry in the air and then drove around him and drove for the layup.
Well, last game, you know, Walker, he was taking it out behind the arc, and now he's taking it inside. What are you going to do to stop him if he starts hitting that three-pointer, Pete?
Well, they're going to have to come out and defend him, which will then he'll switch gears and drive to the lane.
Yeah, to be that big and to still be going by folks with some speed, that's not fair.
And Benton on the catch and score for Pioneer, out to a 3-point lead.
This is like one of those heavyweight fights where somebody's coming out and they're laying haymakers in round one.
And that shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by Curry. He gets the ball to McGaw over the timeline. Chris McGaw quickly down the lane with the scoop and misses the hoop entirely. Rebounded by Huron. That's Wren. Wren back down the floor. Out to Walker.
Good reset here by Jalen Thompson.
Bounce pass into the lane to Thompson, and he'll score it off the glass. Now McGaw from three off the rim. Pulled down by Curry. He'll tip it to Roberts. Walker will come away with the steal.
That's a low foul there. He's riding him with the body. No call there by the official.
Walker down the lane. And on the drive, he's hacked.
Boy, just observation real quick, Pete. Both teams come out great energy, but you can see slowly but surely how talent will take over. And the loose balls, the Huron River Rats, they're finding a way to get there a little bit quicker now.
Walker from the line hits the front end.
And you saw the little contact there. Well, that's way too much contact for the officials not to call the call there.
Second one from Walker on the way. That's off the rim, no good. That's tipped. It'll be Pioneer possession.
Good effort there by Munson, number 11 for the River Rats. Almost keeping the possession. Don't want to be there.
Well, Pioneer gets it over the timeline. Now into the paint. There's the shot. No good. Rebounded by, that's Benton. His shot is no good. Pulled away by Walker, and he'll bring it back down the floor. Brian Walker. Now back out to Munson. Munson nearly loses the handle. He'll get it to Thompson, and Thompson will drive it and score it.
That was an exciting move there by Thompson. He goes from one hand to the other hand. Luckily, he didn't throw that one down.
Now Benton with the one-handed jumper. Picked up by Dudley. And his putback is missed, but he will draw the foul.
And here goes Jalen Thompson with the crossover. And look how he explodes to the rim. That's pretty. That's what they call a finger roll.
George Gervin would be proud.
Oh, I would. Oh, EMU grad.
Now Robertson hits the pair of free throws.
And this right here, I mean, it's easy call.
Yeah, we're tied at 14. Now Roberts went for the block. He's going to get called for the hack on the arm.
And again, attacking the rim is Jalen Thompson, and that was a lot of contact. There's a pick a person if you're an official, who you want to call that one on.
Thompson misses the first free throw.
Chris McGaw is coming back in, and that's good to see for the Pioneers. He is their primary ball handler.
Now Thompson hits the second to untie the game. Kevin, it's been a quick first quarter. Already just 2 minutes left in the quarter. Now Hamilton with the drive and the score.
Well, it's been a clean first quarter too, Pete. Only 5 fouls, and that's only the 4th turnover totally.
Now Hamilton down the floor. The big fellow will drive. His shot's no good. Put back by Benton is no good. Or check it, that was Dudley with the putback, and he will draw the foul.
And you can see this steal right here. And Marshall Hamilton, when he gets a steam of going next to you, you don't want to take a charge. He looks like a linebacker coming down with the ball in hand.
Get out of the way of Marshall Hamilton, the second.
Yeah.
Second free throw, no good. And Munson loses the handle. It's stolen from him. Back down the floor quickly is Dudley for the layup.
Munson
Pioneer out to its biggest lead of 4, 19-15.
Munson has to take better care of the ball on that last turnover by the River Rats. And you can see, well, you just missed it where he lost it out of control there. But good pass here to a guy that can finish strong with his left hand. Dejon Dudley, the leading scorer right now for the Pioneers.
And checking into the game for the Pioneers, you guys got to check this guy's hair out. Jared Peterson for the Pioneers, number 0.
You like that look? A little bit of
I
everything.
have hair envy of everybody, so. Another near steal by McGaw.
This is going to be
he's
tough.
Incredulous. He can't believe that he got a foul called on him.
Oh, because that's his second foul in the first quarter, and he's the primary ball handler for the Pioneers. You know, it's a bang-bang play here, and he goes into, and they're calling like he's going up underneath him. Tough call, but there's so much contact. What is the official to do?
And Rex Stanzak is livid, pacing the sideline, imploring the referee, but to no avail.
Oh, that's a face. Only a mama can love. Wow, he is upset.
Now traveling is the call on Huron. Makeup? Well, makeup there?
I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do that with my hair. I'm sorry. I'm putting him on a timeout if he's my kid.
You're going to be called for a foul on excessive use of rubber bands. Now Hamilton with the drive. It's blocked. He gets it back. His putback is good.
Way to stay with that play, Hamilton.
Under 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Pioneer with the 21-18 lead. Very quick pace first quarter. And we really expected nothing less. Now drive to the hoop by Wren. Off the rim, no good. Hamilton back down the floor. Get out of the big fella's way. He's coming through. And the scoop shot is in and out, no good. Ripped away by Peterson. Taken away from him. Munson back down the floor. Saved by Cochran. Pioneer will grab it. Just 2 seconds left. Curry on the floor with Walker. They can't control it for a last shot, and that's going to do it for quarter number 1. And an exciting first quarter of play. It's Pioneer 21 and Huron 18 here on City TV Sports.
Did you know that CTN welcomes the members of the Ann Arbor City Council to Ward Talk? On the third Wednesday of every month, a different representative from one of the city's 5 wards joins us in the studio to discuss matters important to the people and government of Ann Arbor. Submit your questions for the next episode of Ward Talk by emailing ctn@a2gov.org or visiting our Twitter page @CTN Ann Arbor.
And we're back for quarter number 2 in this fast-paced game. Pioneer with the 21-18 lead. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on City TV Sports. Now Pioneer on offense quickly down the floor.
Man, I hope you got some water and some extra popcorn at the break. Wow, this game is exciting.
Now put back by Benton. No good. We have a whistle on the floor. There's a look at T.J. Roberts going up for the shot. And Brian Walker just saying,
Now that's a throw back. You know, he kind of just threw the entire man back when he had the ball, too. Walker is a big guy.
First shot is off the rim, no good.
Hit everything but the bottom of the net that time.
Next one is off the back of the rim.
Walker's just throwing people around here like ragdolls.
Well, Thompson pass. Too hot to handle for Cochran. That's out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer ball. Now Peterson down to Curry. And he's surrounded. Wren strips it away and heads back down the floor for Huron.
Curry is somebody that Rex Stanzak would like to see get going.
There's Walker from 3. That's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Roberts. Now Peterson breaking the press, drives the lane, and the shot is good.
Nice little move there by Peterson. Didn't know he had that kind of skills. That hairdo threw me off.
It's the hair, I'm telling you. There's a jumper from Thompson is good.
And there's that
Now
defense.
Benton wildly. Peterson saved it for a moment. Picked up off the floor by Rowley. Now back out to the corner for 3 from Thompson, and it's good. And we're tied at 23.
I'd have to do something differently if I'm guarding Thompson. Foul him, kick him in the shin, something. Oh, wow.
Now stripped away from
contact.
Peterson. Now picked up by Cochran down the floor underneath the basket, and the shot is off the glass and good.
This is straight up basketball, man. This is what you like to see. Up and down the court, no slowdowns, and no real set plays.
And a technical foul is called. Looks like Rex Stanzak.
Oh, he might get thrown. I mean, he is really upset. I'm thinking the tie is next. The jacket was off in the first quarter, Pete. Maybe the tie.
And the referee on the other side of the court right in front of us is the one who called the tee.
That's a good spot for him to be, especially for Coach Stanzak, because if he's anywhere near Coach Stanzak, he may not make the second half.
And Marshall Hamilton there trying to calm his coach down.
Well, I was going to say there, what leadership that's being displayed there by Hamilton.
Cochran hits the first tech. And hits the next one. It might have been a situation where he's out on the floor and the referee had seen enough of him getting on the floor during play.
Well, there's been no more intense player on the bench or person, I would say, than the coach for the Pioneers so far. I mean, he's been up and upset and working the officials. He's doing his job. He may have just gone a little over the line there.
Traveling call on Rowley. Turnover be favor of Pioneer.
Rex has been coaching for many years, though, and you never know if he is not just doing this to keep the energy level of his boys in the game. This is an energy-filled building right now, and he needs to keep it that way.
Oh, in the quarter to Peterson. Back out top to Dudley. Now to McGaw. And down low again to Peterson. His scoop shot's no good. Put back by Benton is no good. Over and back call. Looks like it's on Curry.
I think maybe Peterson, too, because Peterson was giving old Walker the business. He's a little bit tired of Walker just shoving everybody around.
Yeah, Peterson does pick up the foul.
You never want to try, Pete, to get a foul on a player. You just want to play the game. But if I'm Huron and McGough is guarding me, number 5 for the Pioneers, I'm going to try to go at him. He's got 2 fouls in the first quarter. He's a primary ball handler. If he's out of the game, maybe your pressure can really start to set in.
Cochran misses the free throw.
Good back door.
Now, pass to Hamilton down low. Spin move by Marshall Hamilton, and his shot is up and good.
Hamilton may not have that ideal basketball body, but he is using every inch of it.
As a shot by Wren, rejected by Curry, out of bounds. It'll stay River Rat possession.
You know, Xavier Cochran's been very quiet for the River Rats. He's leading scorer on the team and one of the top ones in the program. Need to find him if I'm a River Rats.
Now Thompson will back it out. Now send it into the corner for Wren. That misses everything. Air ball picked up off the floor by Walker and back out to Thompson to settle it down and restart the offense. 4:25 to play here in the half.
And usually when you have a team like the River Rats that are a pressure team, they're uncomfortable when you put them in a half-court set. The longer they are, the more time that they have to get out of their rhythm.
Well, Thompson will chuck it from 3 and hit the 3.
That's his 13th point on the night. He has definitely been the gas in the engine for the River Rats.
Oh, Dudley into Benton.
Man, I really want to take a look at that one, Pete, because there was a great pass, an entry pass, but it kind of looked like the offensive player didn't know where he was at and was up under the bucket, and it wasn't even a clean foul. I don't see a lot of contact there. I see a bad offensive shot. And it's, again, Mr. Clean, the referee down there, making the call.
Well, and Benton looked on the replay a little bit too deep, a little bit too underneath the basket to really get a good shot. And referee kind of bailed him out there. Misses the first free throw. Next one is on the way, and it's Pure. Oh, Walker with the jumper. Off the backboard, no good.
They're allowing these guys to play out here. I like these refs.
Now to Curry, back out to Dudley for 3, and it's good.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, turnover, Pioneer ball. Derek Murray will inbound for Pioneer. Now down in the corner, skip pass, back to Murray. Now over to Dudley. We get the open shot from Hamilton in the corner. Off the rim, no good. Dudley right there with the offensive rebound, but could not finish.
Probably the easiest look he's had all night, too.
Now Thompson out to Walker for three. Off the rim, no good, but it's rebounded by Cochran. His shot is no good. And it's off Cochran.
Look at
out
that
of bounds, Pioneer ball.
Cochran cannot understand why he's not at the foul line right now. He intentionally double clutched on that to get the contact, and he turned over to Mr. Clean and said, what gives? So he double clutches, takes it in the body. Oh, he got fouled twice. Really?
Now Curry, he'll send it back out to Dudley for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Shot corralled by Jack Smith. Now Walker on the drive.
Pretty.
And the scoop and the score by Brian Walker is good.
Whoever has recruited him on their roster on the next level is going to get a fabulous player.
And maybe that coach is going to get bothered by the football coach.
Yeah, because he could go either way. He could probably play a little bit of tight end or a little defensive end with all those long arms and athletic ability. This guy, but he puts it on the deck. And look, he started from the three-point line, Pete, and he finished with a layup. Two
with
long
the left hand.
strides. That's nice. That's nice.
Those of us that are left-handed, that's not such a big deal. But if you're right-handed, switch to your left hand. That's special.
Well, I'm even just talking about the distance he covered in between after one power dribble, going to his offhand, and then clutching with a nice soft finish. That's skills on display.
The only thing that's missing so far in this game?
Jamming it.
A dunk.
Yeah, and Huron came out in the first play tried to set up one of those alley-oop dunks for Cochran, a little errant pass, but I'm sure with this much energy, there's going to be a turnover. Somebody's going to flush something down.
Just a matter of time in this game. 1:48 to play in the half. Huron with the 32-29 lead over Pioneer. And it has been a back-and-forth match so far.
Pete, if Xavier Cochran ever shows up, and he did take a aggressive shot right there before without getting a call, Pioneer would be in some trouble right now because he's the missing ingredient for the River Rats.
Now Dudley will back it out by the timeline. Now Hamilton from three at the top of the key, off the back of the rim, no good.
And this guy here, number 22, he is just long.
And down the lane, Thompson with the shot, and it's good. There's Thompson on the drive on the replay. Little scoop off the glass. They got a lot of guys that can drive the lane.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys that are in that 6'3", 6'5" range, and they're interchangeable.
And Dudley's pull-up from three is no good, and out of bounds. It'll be here on possession.
And 22 there on the play. They're smart to get the box out. Definitely has to be one of the younger players getting called up for late in the season, I bet, Pete.
Well, number 22 on the JV squad is Marquise Johnson, and that may be who that player is. We'll have to see if we can find out who that is at halftime.
Yeah, because he definitely, when he was warming up, he was dropping the ball from the top of the basket right in. I mean, the guy has some major hops.
And there's a whistle and a foul before the shot. Foul on Hamilton.
One more before the River Rats are in the double bonus, but that's a good timing for the Pioneers because we're close to second half.
Yep, 36 seconds to play.
Foul trouble may come back and haunt them late in the game.
Reach-in foul on Hamilton there on the replay. Walker's first free throw is good. Next one is up and good. Biggest lead of the night for Huron, 7 points, 36-29 as we close in on halftime.
And everything really, Pete, has been since that technical foul by the Pioneers, how the River Rats came out, and it maybe even woke them up a little.
Well, Murray will just dribble right by the timeline as the time works down, now under 17 seconds.
And Pioneers just playing a little possession basketball now.
And now they'll go to work with under 10 minutes or 10 seconds to go. Murray will drive the lane and scoop and score it. Peterson will try and stop the shot, and the shot is off the rafters. No good. And we head to halftime. We'll be back after a quick break with second half action. The score here on 36, Pioneer 31 on City TV Sports.
In residential areas surrounding the University of Michigan, it's commonplace to see upholstered furniture on porches. So I'd like to talk to you about the dangers of combustibles on porches. To sustain a fire, you need three things: fuel, anything combustible or flammable; heat, an ignition source; and oxygen. For a fire to ignite and continue to burn, all three elements must be present. Porches do not have early warning devices like smoke detectors. And with a fuel source like old sofas, chairs, and trash storage, this is a recipe for danger. Heat will radiate to the upholstered furniture, causing a rapid buildup of heat and gases. Fire needs oxygen to burn, and it will travel toward the nearest oxygen source. Fire can spread quickly, blowing out windows and spreading into a house. With a ready supply of oxygen, fire is allowed to burn freely. As long as a free-burning fire has fuel, it will double in size every 45 seconds. This fire burned rapidly, but upholstered furniture outdoors is even more susceptible to fire due to weathering, giving it the potential to spread at an alarming rate. Heat and smoke will rise to the highest point and then begin to spread outward to the ceiling of a room or up the stairs to the second floor, causing a chimney effect. At ceiling level, temperatures in a fire can reach up to 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit. At this level, temperatures are around 800 degrees. That's why it's important to stay low. The first priority of the Ann Arbor Fire Department is the safety of all its citizens. So don't keep anything on the porch that can give a fire the fuel it needs to grow.
Battalion 2 to dispatch. Fire's under control. Everyone's out safe.
And we are back with second half action here from the campus of Ann Arbor Pioneer High School for Pioneer and Huron basketball. It was an exciting first half. Kevin, you got the top scorers from each team?
Well, yeah, just right now for the River Rats, Thompson led them with 15, and Walker, of course, had 12. Surprising, only 5 points out of Cochran.
Easy scoring opportunity there for the Pioneers. Missed Walker from 3, and he hits the 3. And Brian Walker throwing daggers at the Pioneer heart early here in the second half.
Very quick release, too. He really is off balance.
Now response from DeJohn Dudley is good for 3.
That's Dudley's 15-point on the night. He is the leading scorer for the Pioneers, and only one other person to mention right now is Cedric Benton. He had 5. Another thing to keep an eye on is McGaw. He has 2 fouls, almost his 3rd one right there.
There's a scoop and score by Thompson. Huron back out to the 7-point advantage. There's a steal and an easy bucket by Thompson.
Wren showing off some of his receiver skills. We've seen him a lot in the football realm.
And Benton trying to take it coast to coast. He missed the shot.
Well, you can see Wren there getting a little bit of air, but keeping his head on a swivel and finding a teammate and finishing off quick is Jalen Thompson.
Oh, Roberts from 3 out deep. That's off the rim, no good. Tipped in, rebounded by Walker.
Now, Walker is everywhere. Offense, defense, made some popcorn at halftime.
Cochran with the shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, and he puts it back.
So he's just trying to pad his stats there. Back in the day, that's what old Moses Malone would do. Throw it off the backboard a couple times, get a couple offensive boards, and then put it in.
So timeout on the floor called by Pioneer. They don't want to get this game out of hand quickly. It's an 11-point advantage for the traveling River Rats.
Well, even as you see here on the replay, the Rats are just a step faster than the Pioneers. And to end the first half, Pete, we mentioned to each other how the energy level was high. It's hard to carry that over a 4-period expansion of entire game. You're going to have your webs and your flows or your ebbs and your flows, both of them. And right now, it's a lull going on for the Pioneers.
They got the 3-pointer, and that's been it for scoring so far in this second half for Pioneer.
One thing that might be still going right now is the Pioneers student section. That bunch right there, they're known to rile up some visiting fans in this building.
And there's a response from the Huron section.
The scoreboard, that's a classic line. I like that, scoreboard. It just says it all, right?
There's a tip and a steal by Cochran.
Gotta be.
And he's going to be called for the travel.
Cochran is looking at the official in disbelief again because the closest official, who had a clear view of that play, did not call the traveling. Not sure if let's count the steps here, and it's going to go quick because here, that's his pivot foot. That's his pivot foot, and that's his traveling foot. So that was a good call.
And McGaw for 3 off the rim. Tip back, no good by Benton.
Good pass. And throw it up.
Quickly down the floor.
Oh!
Cochran going for the shot, and it's blocked from behind, but he'll draw the foul.
Dejon Dudley. You can see him right here. He's out of the picture, folks. Now he's not. Cochran kind of went up kind of soft on that one because he really didn't get up above the rim.
Yeah. You know what you were looking for there is that dunk we were talking about earlier.
It was drawn up. A nice cross-court pass by Wren and a look-away pass for the cutting Cochran. You got to throw that down, man. Throw it down.
He did not elevate.
No, he didn't.
But he does hit both free throws.
Scary time here for the Pioneers.
Well, Benton with the drive, no good. Rebound by Walker. And he'll bring it back down the floor for Huron. And he'll send it to Wren, who will back it out between the rings.
Not sure what's going on. Wren's only one moving on the offensive end. There you go.
Now Thompson with the pass down low to Wren. It's blocked.
You got to grab that ball, TJ.
It'll stay River Rat ball.
Well, if TJ Roberts there goes for the ball, Pioneer has possession. If you can grab that ball, don't let it go out of bounds.
That's a quick 3 from Thompson is good.
Now that shot, that was pretty. You can see Jordan Curry, but you got to hustle. You're losing the game, son. Hustle and get the ball.
Now into the paint, and the rainbow shot is good. Now Cochran quickly back down the floor. His shot is off the rim, no good. Tip back, no good. And Chris McGaw, the shortest player on the floor, comes away with the rebound amongst the trees. Well, his nice pass to Roberts does not result in a basket, but Roberts does draw the foul and will head to the line.
Smart play because Roberts is really out of balance there, but he took the pass and did only thing he could do is just go right up into the defender. And Walker is out of place there.
Roberts hits the first free throw. Next one on the way is good.
And really,
4:40 to play here in the third quarter. Huron with the 50-38 lead.
Rex is only going about 2 players deep into that bench over there for the Pioneers, so they're really going to have to show that they are in some good shape and use that endurance here in the second half.
That ball off of River Rat player, out of bounds, turnover for Pioneer. Now McGaw brings it down the floor. Splits 2 men, pass to Curry. Curry looked like he was trying to go for the jam, and it was blocked. Walker pick it up off the floor.
And he can
down deep to Wren.
He sees right over everyone, Walker.
Cross quarter to Thompson. Thompson with the drive, the scoop, and the score.
They can't stop him tonight. It's his night. 6-foot senior.
Al Benton with the ball, drives the lane, and the shot is good.
Offense, yeah, good call.
McGaw gets in position and draws the offensive foul. Nice play there by Chris McGaw.
And Raleigh was a little bit out of control there. McGaw, you really, at 5'6", this is the best play you can do. You can just take that charge, and at just only 5'4", he's not going to go up and block anything. That's what he needs to do on the defensive end, Pete. And it's a good catch there by the Pioneers the last, I'd say, 3 or 4 possessions, because the game was kind of getting out of hand there. Timeout there by Rex Stanzak, and his players came back really energized.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the energy level of Pioneer has come up since that timeout. They really haven't closed the score down much yet, but there's still plenty of time left in this game to come back. They're only down 12, 3:44 to play here in the third.
And one of those little mental things that Pioneer may want to focus on is trying to get it up under double digits going into the fourth quarter. Just play this last 3:44 with the mindset we only need to convert 3 extra points, and then let's go in with some good energy in the fourth quarter and finish off these guys that are in our house.
Well, you can see them picking up their energy at the offensive end. They need to do the same at the defensive end, like you saw McGaw there.
Yeah.
Oh, four-court press by Huron, broken by Murray to McGaw in the lane with the shumper, and it's good.
Good touch on that shot. There he is. Oh, we missed him. This is a score.
Oh, back out top for the three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Thompson. Nice offensive board. And he's going to draw the foul on that putback.
Without Thompson getting on the bus and coming over here to Pioneer, Huron would not be in the game tonight. He's over 20 points, and he is probably one of the most aggressive players, and you can see him down low shoving the only 5'4" guy out there. Not too hard to go on top of him, and he gets the foul there. You saw that on the arm, Pete.
And Thompson hits them both on the charity stripe. Full court press once again by the River Rats. And knocked out of bounds off of a Pioneer player.
Or Derek Murray's only a sophomore, so it's to be expected with all this pressure. Number 4 for the Pioneers.
Pioneer substitution number 0, Jared Peterson.
Thought the ball was already in the hands of the River Rat player to inbound. That's kind of odd that they stopped the play.
Walker will inbound for Huron. He'll get it to Anderson. Anderson hits the deck. And that's going to be a turnover and Pioneer ball. The Huron faithful, where that play happened right in front of, is not happy.
The only thing that you want out of the coach is consistency. Very similar play earlier in the game in the first half where McGaw got the foul. Here, maybe a lot of that work and the referees starting to pay off for Rex Stanzak.
There's McGaw with the shot, and he's going to draw the foul on that jumper.
He may be shooting 3 shots. I'm not sure because it was really close to the foul, the three-point line.
First one is off the front of the rim.
And Pete, you're saying it was definitely a three-pointer, and it does look like it's a 3. He finished inside, but it's where you start.
Second one is good. And the third one is good. 2 out of 3 for McGaw.
Substitution for Huron, number 24, Lawrence Bradley.
And they're right there at that 10-point marker we've been talking about, Pete. So if Pioneer can finish off this last 2 minutes here, 3 minutes actually, they're on their way to doing what they need to do to put themselves in a good position to win this game.
Near steal by McGaw there, recovered by Cochran. Now back out to Thompson. He'll start his drive. Now he'll pass it off to Cochran. Cochran will drive to the lane. Put up the shot, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Rowley. His putback, no good, but he will draw the foul.
Well, I tell you, Cochran cannot buy anything tonight. He's getting up very disappointed. It's like one of those nights for him. He's the leading scorer on this team, but he just can't seem to get it going on. He's going to the rim, and you can see Coach Samaha talking to him right now on the sideline. Just continue to go strong to the rack.
Yeah, Cochran clearly looks pretty frustrated with his effort tonight.
Yeah, and each time he's doing what a player needs to do. When you're a scorer and you're not making buckets, you want to try to get to the foul line. 10 seconds is coming.
And that is the call. Pioneer can't get it over the line in 10, so a turnover and another Huron possession.
Yeah, when you've had the ball for about 5 seconds, guys, don't pass it backwards when you haven't crossed the timeline. You're never going to cross it over, and you're going to hit a turnover just like that. Oh, this is wide open.
Oh, Walker for a wide open 3, and it's through. Brian Walker with the triple.
His third on the night, second in the second half.
And Huron's lead back out to 14. And that pass too hot to handle. Another turnover.
Well, a little tall for Marshall there, but this is a guy you cannot leave open. Yeah, he may be listed as a center on the Rats roster, but I tell you, this dude can shoot. And I'll go ahead and say it. I made a mistake, I think, back in '82, but this will be my second mistake since then, Pete. That guy can play behind the arc just as strong as he's playing inside the paint.
That's a pretty good record.
Yeah, well, me or him?
You.
Yeah, I
Two
know.
mistakes in 33 years?
I do have amnesia.
Ah,
That should be noted.
selective amnesia?
Exactly.
Yeah, it honestly, you're right, though, Kevin. This Brian Walker is going to be fun to watch at the next level.
Oh, man. He's got the definitely size, but he's not a post guy. He's like a 2-guard at 6'5". He's got skills.
There's a steal. Murray down the floor. He's going to get fouled by Walker. His shot is no good.
Let's see that. I have Walker down for that. Might be his third.
Fouls on Brian Walker, second foul.
Bench is going to, the table's going to correct me and say it's the second.
Well,
Good
Derek
job
Murray
there.
will head to the line.
Good job by Murray, though, to attack him.
Here's a look at that play on the replay. And Walker closing down the lane.
Did he get a lot of contact?
Not a lot.
Nah,
Just
enough.
enough,
Okay, jinx.
Murray splits the pair of free throws. And Thompson will walk it up the floor. Back to Walker for three, and it's through. Brian Walker on fire tonight.
Leaving that hand up there to let you know I did follow through.
And a steal by Walker.
This
Back
might
up
be
the
your
floor
dunk.
to Thompson. Thompson will drive the lane. He'll scoop it. No good, but another foul is called on Pioneer.
And who triggered that play? Brian Walker, playing some defense on the other end. He turns it in, and you don't think the guy that's starting off in the center at the jump is the guy that's going to be hitting three-pointers or triggering fast breaks. Head up, good pass, and even a strong crossover there.
Now the advantage after Pioneer shut it down to 10 with 3 minutes to play. It's up to 18 now for Huron.
And all predicated by that defense.
Now McGaw with the drive. Shot no good.
Well, that'll be the third foul there on Walker.
And Chris McGaw is going to be a pleasure to watch these next couple of years.
You like his skill set?
I do.
Yeah, he might be a little bit shorter than some of the other guys out there. Okay, he's shorter than everybody out there, but he's still putting in work. This guy punches the clock, and it doesn't matter.
His energy level is pretty unmatched,
Got that chip on the shoulder.
especially on the Pioneer side.
Yeah. And it's amazing. I can't recall his shot getting blocked this evening. You know, and at 5'4", exactly, he's got to have one hit the stands, right?
Under a minute to play here in the third. Near steal by Benton. Cochran with the spin move down the lane. Can't finish, but will get the foul.
You know, for a half second there, I was thinking, like Cochran was thinking, I'm sure, I wonder if they're going to call this call here. Because, you know, it was a spin. It was kind of a delayed whistle. Good finish by Cochran, though, at the rim. He didn't put the bucket in, but he made the play by being aggressive on the offensive end, Pete.
Yeah, real hack by Hamilton. Prevented him from finishing on that play.
That's a big boy foul.
Cochran makes one of two. And Peterson brings it up the floor. He'll get it to Curry down low. Back to Peterson underneath the basket. His shot is blocked. Landon Piazza making an appearance in the game with the block shot. And right back down the floor with the scoop and the score, it's Jalen Thompson for Huron.
Good unselfish play there by Cochran.
And near steal there. Murray down the floor. He's got a spin move, and he's going to be called for the travel.
Boy, this last 3 minutes has really stretched out, and stretched out the wrong way on the scoreboard as well for the Pioneers, because Huron has almost put it back up to a 20-point game.
Well, Huron will go for the last shot. Knocked out of bounds. Just 7.3 seconds left to play in the third.
Find your shooters here if you're Pioneer, and I'm thinking Cochran or Jalen Thompson. If he gets the ball, he's probably going to try to make it all the way to the basket.
Well, Thompson will look to drive past McGaw. He'll get down the lane. His shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Curry, and that will do it for 3 quarters of play. At the end of play, 3 quarters of play, it's Huron 66 and Pioneer 47 here on City TV Sports.
Now you can follow CTN on Facebook and Twitter. Yay! Keep up with what viewers and producers like you are saying and doing, and see when upcoming workshop classes will take place. CTN, Bot 9.
And we're ready for fourth quarter action. Huron really extending their lead there in the third. And we'll see if Pioneer can do anything here in the fourth to make this a game.
One thing will help them out is Jalen Thompson starting off the fourth quarter on the bench. He's poured in 31 points so far tonight, Pete. That guy has just been putting in work for Coach Samaha.
Derek Murray hits the floor, kind of wincing in pain. He draws the foul.
Yeah, and here he comes, and it looks like the feet just got tangled up right there. And he kind of stepped on a little bit of Cochran's foot there and twisted that left ankle.
That three-pointer misses everything from Dudley, but Curry's putback is good.
They've really been missing Curry tonight. That's only his first bucket.
Alec Anderson on the drive for Huron.
Anderson has the shoulders of a basketball player. Nice broad shoulders, only a sophomore. 2 more seasons of him, Coach Samaha.
But at 6'3" and 165, he needs a little bit of weight to fill out.
A little bit of weight, but he has that basketball build. You see the arms are dangling way down next to the next to his knees there. Yeah, this guy's got probably about 2-3 more inches to grow.
You know, Cochran with the offensive board, his putback is no good.
Yeah, they definitely want to shove you out of the building, son.
Cochran will hit the first free throw. Next one on the way and good.
So right at 20 points. So what the Pioneers need, Pete, is some quick buckets. Here you go.
And there's a steal. David Wren, and he gets the dunk. And timeout is called.
We're only going to get one of those. I think we might have a little bit more in this game, Pete. That was a good play there by Wren.
That's the little exclamation point. You're waiting for a big one.
Yeah, usually you have that, and then sometimes we've been known to hear the Huron River Rats fan section give the na-na-na-na and exit the building before the game is actually over. A couple more dunks like that, we might see them exit.
Here's a look at that on the replay. And can't handle the errant pass, and David Wren will take it and flush it for Huron. Much to the delight of the Huron student section.
Student section as well as the entire bench of the River Rats up and applauding that action, which there have been called three-pointers that lead to timeouts. Always a breakaway dunk will do it if you're a visiting team. Coaches can't allow that energy to just, squash any kind of momentum his team wants to have if they want to come back, if you're Coach Stanzak.
Dudley gets it to Benton. Benton with his shot, and it is good. Wren will back it out, then he'll drive the lane. The scoop shot is no good. And another whistle, another foul.
Good aggressive move there by Wren. I think that dunk right now just energized him because he went through at least 3 guys right there before Curry got him on the wrist.
little bit ticky-tacky, but they're calling a lot here in the second half.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this fourth quarter may stretch out because we're bulging right off of double bonus for both sides. So,
second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Roberts. And Benton down the lane. And
Benton
just
almost looks
someone
out of
drives the
control.
lane, everybody collapses, and we get a whistle.
yeah, and I kind of feel with all of the energy on both sides, the way we started off the game, both teams are a little bit tired. Pioneers a little bit more tired because they haven't had the depth in the bench as the River Rats.
Benton's first free throw, no good. Next one is through. Now McGaw will pick up Wren out at the timeline. He'll get it to Cochran. Cochran on the drive. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Benton. Benton with the jump stop. He'll get it to Dudley. And Dudley fouled on the drive to the hoop.
You know, the action has been a kind of a lull for the River Rats because they've gone to the bench and they brought in Landon Piazza, hasn't been playing a lot. He comes in. Right now, Coach Samaha is going back into a couple of the guys that got this league going. He's bringing back in Walker, and he's going back in and bringing in the dude that's just been scoring like number 3, AI, Jalen Thompson.
Dudley splits the pair of free throws. 19-point lead for Huron. 6:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. There's a steal. McGaw will get it to Dudley. His shot is rejected, and referee with another whistle.
And then one more foul, Pete, and we're in the double bonus for the Pioneers. Exactly what they need to have happen. If they want to creep back into this game, you do it while the clock is stopped.
Dudley splits the pair of free throws. Ball's tipped around, but Thompson will pick it up for Huron.
And this
He'll
is
hand
what
it off to Wren.
You see this experienced team?
Walker with a jumper. In and out, no good. Picked off by Roberts on the floor. He'll drive it down the lane. Can't get enough height, but rebounded by Curry. Is put back, no good. And back down the floor come the Rats. Here's Cochran looking for the dunk. It's no good. And here's a chance by Benton, and he dunks it for Pioneer.
Hey, I was right on the night, Pete. We're not going to see just one dunk.
You dunk on me, I dunk on you right back.
It was kind of surprising that Cochran tried to throw that one down. Wow, a lot of contact.
Dunk picking up the energy once again, both in the stands and on the floor.
Well, Dunk will do that anytime, especially in a high school game between two teams that are crosstown rivals. They definitely want to go at it.
Shot from three is no good by Wren. He'll get it back, try and dump it down low. Fighting for the ball, and it'll be Pioneer possession.
And the two-handed style there by Benton. Almost hung himself. Almost is not in the scorebook, though, folks.
Oh, Roberts down on the baseline. He'll get it to McGaw. McGaw trying to scoop it. Can't get it through the forest of arms. Curry picks it up. He'll try and put it back, and he's rejected and fouled on his putback.
Is there such a thing as a charity call? Because you had 4 or 5 attempts there that just were not pretty from the Pioneers. And then Curry turned into the Huron defender Walker. And the next thing I know, they're calling a foul.
Timeout on the floor. Timeout by Huron. 4:54 to play. Huron with the 72-56 advantage here in the fourth. And it really has been an up-and-down game. The third quarter really was the difference so far. Every other quarter was pretty evenly matched, but Huron really pulled away in that third quarter.
Yeah, in the third quarter was a lot of Jalen Thompson and, of course, Brian Walker for the River Rats. Walker dropping in, I think, 3 trays in the third quarter alone. But Jalen Thompson, he's been the guy. When those two guys went to the bench at the beginning of the fourth quarter for the River Rats, you saw the action or in the momentum, swing back to the Pioneer side. Those dunks didn't hurt either to get the energy in the building back up.
I'd go with another one.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The way that Cochran tried to throw down, and that was a throw down.
Yeah.
He missed it, but, we had one dunk by Wren. We had I'm going to call it a dunk by Benton because I can't get that close to the rack.
Me either.
But what Cochran was trying to do, that's called a facial. Yeah.
I can get that close to the rim, but I need the assistance of a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm vertically challenged.
Go-go gadget. In Cochran, I'm going to throw a name at you. Stacy Augman. Kind of long. He's frustrated tonight as far as his offense is concerned, but he's still in the game.
Was that the plastic man?
Oh, wow. You get a three-pointer for that one, Pete.
Running Rebels, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Jerry Tarkanian's UNLV team.
Oh, yeah, with Anderson Hunt. And Greg Anthony.
Anderson with it. He'll get over to Thompson, way out by the timeline. Back to Anderson. Now down low to Cochran. His shot is no good. Scramble for the ball. Picked up off the floor by Thompson. Now pass is blocked. Up in the air. And knocked out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer possession.
See the frustration out of Coach Samaha there. Slamming the ball. That's something that the coach that's up with by this usually wouldn't do.
Now Pioneer over the timeline. Rainbow shot by McGaw. Off the rim, no good. Picked up off the floor by Roberts. He'll drive it and score it.
Looked like Thompson was shoved out of the play by his own player on that possession.
Near steal there by DeJohn Dudley. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here on ball.
And almost time for a timeout for Coach Sama. Slow things down. You're about to get a three-pointer. We'll put this under double digits.
And Pioneer creeping back into this game. Just 3:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. Knocked away from Wren. Roberts going for the steal.
Wow. Lucky he didn't get a technical there, McGaw, for spiking the ball into the ground there and letting it roll in front of the official. A lot of leather on that. Mr. Clean did not like that call. He called it, but he really can't like that call.
I'm bald too. I didn't like the call. Wren hits the front end. Both teams in the double bonus now. And Wren will make them both. Now pass down low to Curry. Shot off the high glass, no good. Rebounded by Walker.
Curry really hasn't been in the game the entire afternoon. Evening. He's been playing a little, not with the energy level he played in the first contest where he put in 8 points in the first half in their first meeting.
Walker's shot rejected. Looks like he got a finger in the eye.
They should have did that about 3 quarters ago.
Amazingly enough, no foul called on the play. And McGaw trying to go for the steal, but
came up a bit short.
Yep.
Sorry.
Cochran with the three-pointer try, no good. That's going to be off a Pioneer player out of bounds.
I'm glad they didn't call a foul there, Pete. You know, because there was some contact, but it looked like more of a soccer foul.
Or a little bit of
acting.
Acting, yeah. Three-pointer by Cochran. And the lead is back out to 17. Now Benton's shot in and out, no good. Steal by McGaw. His three-pointer is good.
Oh, they might want to check that when his foot really looked like it was on the line.
Referees called that a three-pointer. There's Cochran from three. Off the rim, no good. That'll be corralled by Dudley, and they'll bring it down the floor. Now McGaw for three once again. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Curry. Nice job there. Ball on the floor. It'll be picked up by Walker.
See, what Curry needed to do there, keep the ball high and just bounce right back up. You brought it down to the defenders. Oh, you can see on the replay there. Good camera work, guys.
Shot is no good by Rowley. Ball swatted around, is on the floor. Picked up by Walker. Walker will take the shot. And Benton blocks Walker to the ground.
It's a tough night right now for Walker, getting poked in the eye, getting shoved into the ground. And I'm thinking they're talking, is this a little bit more than a regular foul? Both officials are having a discussion here. Because right there, Benton kind of came down through the player. And let's see if we're going to call this a intentional foul.
Well, I think Benton has had some high energy tonight and has not been able to finish some of his shots, and I think he's a little frustrated right now, especially with the scoreboard as it is.
Well, and Walker has been, one of the nemesis against you. He's been putting it in from the three-point line and bringing the ball up court. Yeah, if I'm getting a chance, I'm going to put him down too. That's what you're supposed to do. Keeping it clean, though, but you got to give him a foul. You don't want him to come in the lane.
Walker hits the first free throw. Misses the second. Picked up by Peterson. He gets it to Dudley. And then down to Benton. Down to Roberts underneath the basket. His shot rolls off the rim, no good.
Oh, this might get ugly. In games, we've seen this before, Pete, where the officials and the adults have to step in and not allow the kids to get this thing out of control.
Here's a look at that last play on replay. There's Peterson over the back of Walker, and then Walker responds.
And that's got to be an intentional foul, right? I mean, because he's not really going for the ball. He's reaching over him, and there's a way you can do a foul like that, and then there's a way that you can get really tossed out of the game by doing an intentional foul. And he's really on the borderline of that.
Walker hits the pair, and that'll make it 80-63 in favor of the visiting River Rats. There's McGaw down low again to Benton, and his shot right underneath the net. It's no good. And here's Cochran down the floor. His scoop is good. Now Dudley with the drive, and the shot off the glass is good. Now Thompson was driving the floor, and he's going to get the foul call, drawn. 1:17 to play here.
Got a player down on the floor for the Pioneers as we take a quick look at the replay. and you saw the foul there by Benton. But looks like maybe it's a cramp going on for Dudley. They're really working on that back calf, Pete.
And they're bringing out fluids to him right now, too.
Dudley's had an outstanding night. I mean, the guy's been scoring. He's been handling the ball and playing some good defense. He's been one of the main reasons why Cochran's had such a frustrating night.
Huron substitutions. Number 0, Charlie Sow. 5, Ardell King. Number 10, Marcus Edmondson. Number 25, Mike Preston. Number 33, Adam Piazza. Marshall Hamilton, number 2, in for Pioneer.
Okay, for after that break, we've almost back to action here. Looks like Dudley's still in some pain on that bench over there. If you've had a Charlie horse or a cramp, Pete, that is just the worst.
Frequently.
Yeah.
Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with one?
Only in the bottom of my foot.
Holy smokes. There's a whistle on the floor. Looks like they're trying to get a substitution in. Well, we have a whistle and a foul call.
Well, I think there was a substitution coming in for the shooter because Coach Samaha, he took his starters off the court, but I'm not sure what that stoppage was for. It's like it was a penalty or some sort. Was it a foul? Was it a foul?
Well, it's not a tech because both teams are under the basket. Hamilton missed the first. Foul called on Rowley. Hamilton misses them both.
Oh, this is fun time now. Who's going to get in? Who's going to get that bucket? These are the guys that have made the starters as good as they are. Give them a chance to get out and get on the scoreboard too.
Well, Charles Sow nearly loses the handle, regathers it.
Boy, he got
does
beat
lose
up.
it to Peterson. Mugaw gets tipped over to Hamilton. Back out to Peterson. He's going to drive the lane.
Peterson's that guy that you don't want guarding you because you know you're going to get a couple extra bruises before the end of the night. He's a bruiser. He comes into you. Not many guys have, floor burns on their elbows.
Now Jared Peterson to the line.
Well, one thing, I don't think the Rats are going to get to the 90-point mark that they had in that first game, and that was one of the most lopsided losses that the Pioneers have ever faced, Pete. So it's a good thing that they're keeping them up under. Pioneer has truly played a better game than they did when these teams first met.
Brian Crow now on the line, number 13 for Pioneer.
29.1 seconds left in the game. And we're back underway. Edmondson to Piazza. Piazza over to King. Now offensive foul on Arkell King.
Well, Pete, to wrap up on this game, these two teams may still face each other in postseason play in a couple weeks when the district play gets going.
Ball knocked away, picked up by Piazza, and he'll run off the rest of the time on the clock. And Huron will come away with the 82-66 victory on the Pioneers floor.
it was just a great night for Jalen Thompson and Brian Walker. Xavier Cochran was not even needed. Another win and the city championship in the regular season for the Riverettes.
I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross. Audio and replay by John Musial. Graphics by Dana Denha. Our camera guys, Michael Pylon and Joe Dinda. And for Kevin Bryant, this is Pete Poirier. Once again, the final from Ann Arbor Pioneer is Huron 82 and Pioneer 66.